Okay, so I didn't see a place where I could save and exit at chapter 17. And so what happened was I kind of out-effed forward, or I quit the game. And it said I had saved about around the time when I got there. But apparently, we're doing the Transformer bit again. Hello, I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today we're playing Sovereign Syndicate, and we should be finishing it. Aha, the power is coming from Lord Braxton's airship. Clever blighter, it's being routed through the Transformer. What a beauty she is. You power a whole block downtown with a gear like this. Unfortunate there isn't time to study it further. Reversing the current would cause irreparable damage at the source. Indeed, but that's a tricky bit of work. Even if I had all my tools here on hand, you think you can manage it? Uncertain, but I believe this is our best course of action. Yeah, so do I. Can you get the panel open? Not to worry, I can pry open the panel quite easily. Well done, Otto. Now it's just a little twist here and a snip there. Voila! Directive accomplished. Power is no longer flowing to the great house, or the guest house. Error. Teddy, not holding a wrench. Hypothesis. Wrench left inside transformer. Warning. Wrenches left inside transformers may cause short circuits leading to potential overheating and rapid system failure. Otto, I think something might be a little off. Run. An explosion is imminent, Mr. Teddy. I suggest we vacate immediately. I was kind of hoping there'd be like a dice roll in that so we could see if we rolled differently the second time through. Alright. Now we're at where we should be. You had an awkward encounter with the minotaur who robbed... the minotaur you robbed on the way to Lord Braxton's soiree. Once you arrived, it took some work to track down Zora. Before you get any real answers, Ivana interrupted and the two of them slipped into the shadows. You harry the madam and her compatriot's steps. Your attire is not made for this dewy, sedgy marsh, but you press on all the same. The vestiges of urbanity fall away. Despite your nearness to the opulent manor house, tall thistles catch on your stately dress as you chase the pair. But you will not be swayed, and at last, the underbrush gives way to an empty expanse. Two dark silhouettes are just visible as you arrive. In this last of meeting places, perhaps you will finally find the answers you seek. Alright, just so we're clear, we think Ivana's the killer. Although we figured that out at the last possible moment. Clara, dear, you really shouldn't be here. What a shame. Clara. Calm yourself, Ivy. Shh. Zora, what is all this? Come now, Clara. Surely you've some idea what kind of trouble you're in. Accuse Ivana of being the courtesan killer. Ivana was the courtesan killer all along. Interesting thing to say, Miss Reed. Perhaps I shan't have feared you after all. Oh my god. Ivana's not the courtesan killer. But Madame Zora is? But she's using Ivana? Look deeper. She is glad to hear that conclusion. She had feared I might believe she was the one behind the horrific events. Regardless, it's too late by half. What a loss. First poor Ariana, and now you, Miss Reed. One of Aria's best friends in London. That was certainly not a veiled threat. I'll need to brace for whatever's coming. Ivana, attack! Dodge! Ugh. Yeah, we're all gonna die. It's over in a flash. A great wall of flesh, fur, and teeth crashes down on me. There's pain, there's warm blood pooling on the marsh, and then there's nothing. Penny paper lies in a rain puddle suddenly and scarcely legible, save for these lines. Young woman's body found. Could it be another victim of the killer? Authorities are still trying to identify her. Read all about it here. Well now. I mean, I'm not satisfied with that end. And we're 6 minutes into the stream. We might as well try again. Alright. Clara, dear, you really shouldn't be here. What a shame. Calm yourself, Ivy. Shh. Zora, what is all this? Come now, Clara. Surely you've some idea what kind of trouble you're in. Should we accuse Madame Zora? I guess we have to, right? Like, if it's not Ivana, I guess it's her. You were the courtesan killer all along. I have no idea what you're talking about, my dear. There's laughter in her eyes. It was Sykes, the contemptible cove, or perhaps Ivana here. Quite a beastly thing when the moon is full. To the traitor! Regardless, it's too late by half. What a loss. First poor Ariana, and now you, Miss Reed. One of Aria's best friends in London. That was the most... certainly not a veiled threat. I need to brace for whatever's coming. What if we just hold our ground? It's over in a flash. Oh god. By goals, Clara. I don't know what's gotten into her. She's like a wild animal. Ivana could puncture my skull from this position, but her claws are merely resting there. Ivy, kill her. She's a danger to us both. Kill? She's loosening her grip, slowly lifting her weight off of me. Ivana looms large and panting beside Zora, but for some reason she's allowed me to my feet. Blasted savage curse, these animals can't be trusted to do anything. But it hardly matters. When the transformation reaches its final stage, Ivana will lose whatever mental faculties remain and tear me limb from limb while you stand idly by. Precisely. But if you prefer, I could kill you now and spare you the pain. Let's see. We've got a knife and we've got a gun. Always go gun. It's good to have a derringer. Might have to fire a shot at Madame Zora, but I need to make sure that I catch her off guard. For now, I better keep her talking. How can you risk being so close to Ivana in such a state? I have nothing to fear, Miss Reed. Ivana will not harm me. Ivana's form tenses above me. At this distance, I feel more than hear the vibrations of a rumbling growl. Regrettable as the transformation may be, Ivana is no base animal. She is above such things. She has never harmed me while transformed. She, unlike so many degenerates, is faithful to her family, even when pressed. And the two of you are family? We are cousins, raised together, thick as thieves. About that prison cell in your house. I found your private prison cell at your flat on Cable Street. Sneaking around, Miss Reed. How rude of you. Surely now that you've seen Ivana's condition, you know what I use it for. You can keep her captive in there then, every 3 weeks around the full moon. Not captive, safe. It's far better than lodging than those ghastly containment caps. Ivana deserves better than that. Okay, yeah, but why Oriana? What did the poor girl do to you? She put the same clues together that you did. Simple as that. She went looking for the whereabouts of an old friend of hers. Or Ariana, curious to the last. She confronted me, and I was forced to silence her. She would have been wiser to leave well enough alone. Man, I thought we got her arrested. Okay. I know that the killer was selling organs to Gordon Gray for a profit. Yeah, I must admit, Gordon was a loose end I resent not tying off. I'll have to deal with that upon my return to London, I suppose. Did you kill them for the money? How utterly ghoulish. I killed only when I had to. Though I certainly had no reason to reject payment from Gray for the organs of his victims. You never took anyone whose absence might draw attention. Why, of course not. I'm not stupid, Miss Reed. Was Ivana actually involved in the murders? Did Ivana help you cover your crimes? Oh yeah, she looked out for me, as I looked out for her. But she must have grown sick of your brutality, and your indifference to the slaughter of innocents. That's where you're wrong, Clara. Ivana knows, like I do, just what it takes to succeed in this hateful world. I know Ivana forged the supposed courtesan killer letter, but why? I told her to do it. I convinced her that Sykes was to blame and that it was in everyone's best interest to expedite the process of his arrest. I worried that her journalistic integrity would prevent it, but it seems the lure of record sales won out. Ivana growls. This vendetta against Sykes, I don't understand. Werewolves, my dear. They have no place in polite society. I had to put up with them because causing trouble in my brothel on top of everything else? Nah. Shifting the blame to him, as well as ensuring he would never darken my doorstep again, all in one stroke? A simple choice. That's enough questions for now. Zora takes a deep breath, and it's plainly clear she's grown tired of my questions. Now's my time to strike. Drop my gun. I pull a derringer and train it on Zora. That's quite the weapon. You must know that Ivana will slaughter you if you so much as twitch. So even if you killed me, you'd be right on my heels all the way to Hades. Zora's eyes are filled with a terrible burning rage. Ivana will do as she's told. She will listen to her cousin, her kin, and do away with this insufferable trollop, Clara Reed. Urgrag. Ivana, attack, you stupid inhuman beast. No. No, kill. This dreaded curse, it gives the body supernatural strength, but it weakens the mind. Ivana, attack her, you bloody animal. In a flash of fur and teeth, the towering creature springs to life. I brace myself for an attack, but it never comes. Ivana rushes at the madam instead, knocking Zora to the ground. Her claws find purchase on Zora's leg. Ah! Content or worse. So, if I was a jerk or if I was sad, I could let her kill her. Instead, what have I got? I've just got tact. Maybe I can ask nicely? Persuade Ivana to stop by appealing to her human sensibilities. Got a 6% chance of success. Yeah, it didn't work. Ivana, she's not worth it. Stop. And I'll make sure she's put away. Ivana rears up and a revelation hits me. Despite her transformation, she is careful not to bite. Zora's hoisted in the air as if she weighed almost nothing. Ivana tosses Zora to the ground with a heavy thud. The madam is quiet now, but apparently still breathing. Instant Zora goes limp. Ivana backs off. Great Wolf stands there, hot breath misting. We size each other up in the quiet of the marsh, and just for a moment, I'm able to collect my thoughts. That warning, Ivana's gaze breaks away, and she sprints off into the fog. Is that footsteps? Nah, hoofbeats. Approaching from the manor. Miss Reed, Clara, are you alright? Yves, saints, what took you? And also, how did you not solve the murder after I got killed when I lost 10 minutes ago? My apologies. I left as soon as a passing servant informed me of your departure. And these hooves are not made for mud. He is relieved to have found me as well, though his strict decorum would never allow it to show. Where's Miss Orsini? What happened here? Ivana transformed and fled into the woods. I'm afraid there is an errant werewolf loose upon the grounds at the moment. And Miss Orsini? Let's explain things. Indeed, Ivana Orsini is the werewolf. She is also innocent of the mantle of the courtesan killer. That honor goes to this wretch, I'm afraid. Ma'am Zorna is still quite unconscious, lying limply in the dirt. It would be wise to restrain her before she comes to. And it was not Sykes after all. I cannot say I'm surprised. There are far too many questions left unanswered. And it was too easy by half to levy the blame upon a werewolf. Suggest Ivana might be willing to testify. Speaking of werewolves, it would not surprise me if Ivana Orsini would be willing to testify against her cousin. When she returns to her human form, she might cut a deal. Not with the Bobbies, then with your patrons, perhaps. I'll make a note of it, and send agents to find her first thing in the morn. It's been an exhausting night and my entire body aches, but at least the killer has been caught. Alright, if you take these cuffs and restrain the madam, we might sling her over my back and take her back to the manor proper. My people are waiting on the grounds to take her from us. Faye pauses and looks at me keenly for a moment. Now that all this is over, Miss Reed, I must ask you, what do you have to say about the killer? She's a monster. She's a monster, killing all those people, and for what? Werewolves are far less dangerous than a human with a vendetta. I quite agree. That moment, the night sky is set ablaze with fire and light. The sound of twisted metal tearing itself apart in a great cacophonous wreck. Strike me blind. That's Silas's airship. Bon sang. This is not good. Quickly, Miss Reed. Let's get Zora back to my agents and investigate post haste.